Immigrants and Refugees, an Ignite presentation by DeLeau. Spotlight on language barriers. It is often difficult for immigrants and refugees to understand the language of their new country. By shining a spotlight on these barriers, we can examine the negative impact they have on access to healthcare, education, and vocational systems. In addition, we can address feelings of isolation. We currently face a nationwide shortage of interpreters due to increasing diversity in our country, which can be challenging to address due to the length of training needed, with some settings requiring specialized certifications that extend the time it takes to be successful. While interpreters are well paid, they are not a high-paying job by today's standards. Immigrants and refugees' reliance on interpreters can be barriers in the timing of services, as they are constrained by the interpreter's schedules. Funding may not be present when needed. Translation services are also expensive. Being able to communicate without relying on others helps to increase self-sufficiency and a feeling of independence, which increases one's mental health and self-esteem. Beam me up, Scotty. Gene Roddenberry had it right. As we move into the future, we do have universal translators. In today's age, we have apps for simultaneous interpretation that can be downloaded to your phone and used anywhere at any time. I propose that we take advantage of this growing technology. If we can provide all immigrants with this technology, it will enable people to reach their goals while improving their physical and mental health. This will also reduce costs related to social service agencies. You can Google that. There are applications for translating documents online, which will also help to reduce costs and increase self-sufficiency. So why am I looking at technology as a policy? Technology is readily available, it can be cost-effective, and it can be utilized instantly, allowing for more freedom and increased ability to meet their own needs. We can gather information from individuals and the professionals they interact with to determine the needs that can be met using simultaneous interpretation apps. We can take this information and create a policy that will best meet those needs. Utilizing this policy, we can gather people together and provide training sessions. We can prepare how-to manuals in various languages that individuals can feel confident in utilizing the technology. Simultaneous interpretation increases communication between family, friends, professionals, employers, landlords, and educators. An ability to communicate effectively can increase connections with the community and access to services that are often delayed or impaired by a lack of an interpreter or correctly translated documents. Students could sit in a standard classroom and understand each lesson. Providing effective communication aligns with the values of cultural responsiveness and social and political action, promoting welfare and creating initiatives that foster distribution and education. Simultaneous interpretation is potentially inexpensive. Many people are familiar with how to use technology, or they know people who are. If they lack access to knowledge, they could be directed to where to seek help. There could be a community location, such as a library, to hold trainings. Keeping in mind the weaknesses, this device could be lost, damaged, or misplaced. The app needs to be reliable and up to date. A weakness of existing technology is inaccuracy and potential unavailability of the desired language. This can bring communities together through the training sessions, building a natural support system. Healthcare workers can learn how to use the app, which can strengthen the human bond between caregivers and clients, providing positive reasons to continue using the app. Technology can also be unreliable, and Wi-Fi signals may not be present. If we can provide devices with native information, a Wi-Fi signal would not be needed. They could be provided with data packs. We would need to identify suitable applications compatible with both iOS and Android devices, develop training programs and manuals, and establish a policy requiring us to provide materials to immigrants and refugees. If they do not have a device, we should provide one. In conclusion, ensuring immigrants and refugees have proper tools for communication can have long-lasting and positive influences on their lives in their new country. They will be able to make new friends, learn, obtain appropriate health care that meet their needs, and go to work to secure a comfortable living.